Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah. Looking today at the conclusion of the construction or the creation of the Mishkan. We're told, excuse me, that the people who had created each of the vessels and all the components brought them all forward to Moshe, and everything was done kachol asher tzivah Adonai Moshe, according to the way that God had commanded Moshe. Kenasu b'nei Yisrael kol havodah. So the children of Israel carried out all of that work. Vayar Moshe, and Moshe saw that kol hamalacha, all of the work that had been done, the creative work that had been done. V'hinei asu ota kasher tzivah Adonai, and behold, they had done it just as God had commanded. Kenasu. So they did it. Vayevarech otam Moshe, and Moshe blessed them. So what does that mean at the end of that last phrase, right? That Moshe blessed them. It's possible, you'll say, that Moshe blessed them, saying, you all deserve such a big yashikayach for doing this right, for no one going rogue and deciding that things should be done a little differently. You honed fully and strictly to the rules that were set for you, which is not easy for people to do when they want to throw in a little bit of their own, hypothetically, a little bit of their own flair. But you stuck right with the instructions. I give you a bracha yeshikayach. That's a possibility. Rashi, though, shares a very sweet and beautiful midrashic read. Vayevarech otam Moshe, and Moshe blessed them. Amar lahem. Moshe said to them, Yehi ratzon, may it be God's will. Shetishre shchina b'maaseh yedechem, that God's presence, God's holy presence, the Shechina, should fully place itself. It should hover and become part of your handiwork. Verse into Tehillim, that may God, the presence of God, be upon us, and etc. All the handiwork of our hands. Excuse me. And that's that verse in Tehillim we say is associated, but indeed had its source in Moshe. That's a very different version of a bracha. It's not shkoyach, I'm glad you followed the rules, but rather like, this is so awesome. I sense implies Moshe that that this is going to be a place and an experience. Each of your vessels will help create a place where God will indeed want to be. And the greatest bracha I can give to each of you who've done the work is that you should know that you're part of bringing the Shekhinah into our midst. This is something that we'll keep in mind as we arrive at the conclusion of our work in the Hebrew Institute building, and it applies to all work that people put their hearts and souls into. To be able to say, I hope that God favors us in what we've done, and that we can feel God's presence in what we've been able to create, whatever it is that we put our minds and our hearts to. We wish you a good day, and may God's presence be felt in all of your handiwork.